Welcome to Wakizashi's Teahouse. Gray's Pick and Mix. Hey, konnichiwa, minasan. It's Gray from Wakizashi's Teahouse home in Japan. How are you doing? Are you good? Are you genki? Are you happy to see me? I'm happy to be here. I tell you what, I'm really happy because I had a crazy weekend. It started off really well. Saturday, I did a live stream, did my Wakizashi waffles in the afternoon. That was a lot of fun. Again, doing it on my own on OBS, like making it up as I go along as usual. But from when was it? From Saturday afternoon or evening onwards, I got knocked out by, not by a huge thug, but by autumn allergies. It really kicked in. I think it was because of the temperature drop over here. We had a big drop in temperature, so that's my only excuse. But yeah, it was crazy. So Saturday night and then Sunday, pretty much all day, I was just sneezing my head off, nose running. Like, I know it sounds like much ado about nothing, but when it really hits you, this allergy stuff, it's really strong. It's like the worst side of hay fever. I was knocked out. So what it meant was I had kind of a cool, chilled Sunday where I was watching things, I was reading comics, just like chilling out, being really lazy. It was awesome. I hardly left this chair. Well, not this one here, but the one over there, which I'm not sat in at the moment. My gaming chair, supposedly, because it's creaking. It's creaking like crazy. Anyway, we have Angry Canadians in the chat. Great to see you, mate. I hope you're good. He says he's Genki. When is Gunslinger releasing? The new issue of Gunslinger Spawn should be out on Wednesday this week. We're talking about that in the new releases in a bit. So yeah, great to see you, man. I really appreciate you popping on the stream. Nice to see you catch it live. That's cool. So what else has been going on? I'm trying to think. It's we've got quite a few good releases coming out this coming week, and last week was a pretty good week for comics. Although I only managed 2 reviews. Let me think, what did I do? The main one, of course, was Mark Millar's Big Game, issue 4. I've always got to stress the M-E at the end of the game, otherwise it sounds like I'm saying Big Gray or Big Gay. Anyway, so Big Game issue 4 was out, and it's absolutely awesome. It's fantastic. I'm sure you've seen my review. If not, please do check it out when you get a minute after this stream. What else? I did in the review. What was it? I'm trying to think. That's right. Just for Halloween, I thought I'll try Spine-Tingling Spider-Man issue 1. And that was kind of all right. It wasn't amazing. It was pretty fun. A little bit of a Spider-Man Twilight Zone kind of feel to it. So, yeah. So let's have a look. Let's see. Let's get on with the show. Let's do some talking about comics. Where are we? Now, what have I got to do? Because I'm OBSing it, so we'll see what happens. What I need to do is share my screen. So let's see. Where are we? Oh, first of all, turn off that countdown or it'll keep playing. So we have, on the window capture, we have the YouTube studio. Nobody wants to see that, do they? There we go, over here. So let's have a look. Let's go back and make this full screen. How's that looking? Looking good? Okay. So there we go. Now these are the releases from last week. So the week of October 18th it started. According to the League of Comic Book Geeks, which is this website, as you can see, Nightwing was the most pulled issue. We've got Nightwing, we've got Dick Grayson being all Johnny Depp, Pirates of the Caribbean apparently. Although I'm not reading it, so I can't really comment on it. But I saw some of the dialogue, or a couple of pages somebody had posted on Twitter, and it didn't look very good. Not sure about how was it? Like they had Dick Grayson dressed like a kind of, what's the word? A pirate style open shirt, swashbuckler, that's the word. And he was being basically talked down to by somebody, I don't know who she was, a woman of course, basically telling him he looked like an idiot. And instead of being Dick Grayson and coming back with a witty riposte, he just took it and almost started apologising for it. Now this is being written by Tom Taylor, so there you go. I think he seems to have a problem with strong male leads. What else? We had The World's Finest, issue 20. Now this, I didn't do a review of this, but this was actually really good. I do recommend it. Actually, I haven't started. I'm going to give that a really strong 4 stars out of 5 or 8 out of 10. This is written by Mark Waid. It's got gorgeous art by Dan Murrah. Thank goodness Dan Murrah returned for this issue. And it is part 1 of a kind of Kingdom Come tie-in. Now, if you've never read or never heard of Kingdom Come, it's Mark Waid's, probably his most famous mini-series, which is, you can get it in graphic novel format. It's got amazing painted art by Alex Ross, and most people seem to love this story. For me, I don't know, I'm not 100% like bowled over by it. It is very good, but people rave and rave like it's the greatest thing ever. But anyway, I think it's pretty good. What this World's Finest issue is going to be, it's starting off part 1 of a story which is going to link up with the Kingdom Come universe. So that is very intriguing, gotta say. Let's have a look in the chat. We have Fear Monarchs here, looking good, mate. Yeah, World's Finest is always worth the price, isn't it? It's great. This, as far as I know, is still only $3.99. As I say, it's got this killer art with Dan Murrah back in it. Looks really good. Did you enjoy the issue? I really enjoyed it. Just scroll down and have a look at some of the reviews. Look, Jesus, look at all these characters that appear. You've got like Earth 22, mega number of characters. Good grief. Elseworlds. Yeah, lots of very high scores for this. People like raving about it, obviously. Look at that. There's not been one bad review yet. Just scrolling down. Wow. Yeah, pretty much sums it up. Who knew Mark Waid would be having his like second renaissance back? Well, he's back. He's at DC Comics now. So yeah, fair play to him. Let's go back. Let's have a look. And what else was looking good last week? I did read Superman issue 7. That was pretty decent. Don't know it's fantastically good, but it's decent. That is Legacy issue 850. Can you believe it? 850 issues of Superman. Absolutely fantastic. Okay. Wow, Angry, have you read Kingdom Come? No way, I didn't know that way, mate. Nice one. Glad to hear it. Yeah. As I say, most people shout that out as one of the essential graphic novels or reads to get. We do have The Incredible Hulk, issue 5, which now it's $4.99. Now, I've heard really good things about this, but I have a confession to make. I haven't actually read it yet. But shall we have a little look? Shall I have a look at this? Let me go back to the studio a sec. I do have actually have a review copy handy. I'm going to share. Let's see if this works. Okay, that's good. We can have a little scan inside the issue, hopefully, if this is set up right. Oh, yes, it worked. There we go. Look at that. The wonders of technology. Grey light, not boomering it too much. So, let's have a little preview at Incredible Hulk, issue 5, legacy number 786. It's written by Philip Kennedy Johnson, and it's got art by, who is it? Is it Martin Foreman? Let me just scroll ahead. Sorry, Travel Foreman is doing the art in this. Riddle of the Man-Thing, part 2. So let's go back. First of all, pretty cool cover. What do you reckon? And it says on the cover here, plus a story featuring Power Man by Vita Ayala. Okay, well, probably won't be reading that then. But anyway, let's have a little scan inside, see the art. Now, it's a different artist. As I say, it's Travel Foreman. It's not... who was doing it before? Name escapes me at the moment. But it's got a kind of, I think, what's the word? Vertigo Comics look to it, this art style. And you've got Philip Kennedy Johnson, who's really bringing in the horror, or bringing it back to the title, supposedly. Oh, okay, here we go. The Nexus of Realities. Now, this is a live kind of reaction read by me. I'm not going to go through the whole thing, but just show you some of it. I'm not sure about Hulk there. He's looking a bit simplistic, isn't he? Man-Thing. Man-Thing and I need your help, Hulk. The Nexus needs your help. No, let us out, Salis, says Hulk. Okay, so we got Man-Thing and Hulk talking about the Nexus. Something is awake in the swamp and the Nexus will fall without you. There we go. Let's have a look. I do quite like the colours. It's very bright and kind of cool. Not psychedelic, pop arty. I do like the look of that. But the art's pretty basic, isn't it? It's a basic line that Foreman uses. It has everything to do with you. Everything. Some force has set every monster on Earth loose on you. Okay, sounds good for Halloween. No, says Hulk, just the stupid ones. Okay, oh my god, what's he doing here? Hulk picks somebody up here and he rips him in half. Good grief. But he's still talking. There are other monsters in this swamp besides us, Hulk. One other in particular. Something old and angry. So old it doesn't remember what it's angry about. Just a mindless avatar of hatred and grief. Okay, there we go. Have a little scan ahead. What do you think of this art? I'm not sure. Let's see. Yeah, good to hear from you, Fear Monarch. So, okay, you're saying Moon Knight was pretty good, was it? But it was a lot of build-up. It has been building up, hasn't it? And building up. Yeah, don't bother with the backup story. Yeah, I know, right? So, I wish it would go back to the original artist, who, again, his name is escaping me, but I'm not sure about this, but it does kind of suit the horror style, doesn't it? What do you think? Okay, let's get back. Let's get back to this one. Back to this studio. Go back to the new releases. Window. Okay. Okay, good. Let's keep going. So we have, what else was out last week? I did a review of Ghost Rider issue 19 with Jim. That's up on Jim's channel and on his Patreon as well. It was a bit disappointing. I kind of got into Ghost Rider a bit late, so I wanted to try it out because I've always been a fan of the character. I like the horror comics. It wasn't very good. It was okay. It was kind of it felt rushed. It feels like it's coming to an end. And from what Jim was saying, I think the series is going to be. Is it right to say it is being cancelled, isn't it? It's on issue 19. I think there's maybe 22 or 23 it's going to finish. So that's a shame. That's Benjamin Percy writing that. Daredevil issue 2 came out. This one, yeah, again, not the most exciting issue, but I kind of enjoyed it. What was it? What did I give it? I think it was did I give it a 7 out of 10? You know, fairly safe 7. The new era of Daredevil continues. So we've got Saladin Ahmed writing this, and I do like his voice for Matt. He's writing the kind of background characters pretty well as well. But the demon, or one of the 7 deadly sins, which we're guessing was sloth, which appeared in the first issue, no sign of it in this issue. Don't know what's going on there. Instead, you've got Matt Murdock having to deal with the police knocking at the door. Investigating rumours of dodgy dealings or strange goings-on at the kind of youth hostel, wayward youth place that Matt Murdock, who is now Father Matt, is kind of half running with somebody else. Where are we? Corruption is tearing Hell's Kitchen apart. Those who have sworn to protect the city have betrayed their oaths. And Matt Murdock is seeking righteous retribution, one billy club to the face at a time. Daredevil's losing allies left and right, so what does that mean for the love of his life? Elektra, who wasn't even in this. Weird, eh? Okay, that was it. That's a solicit. Going back to last week, so Daredevil, what else did I catch? Jay Garrick, The Flash, issue 1. Now, this was very good. This is written by Jeremy Adams, who was writing the main Flash series before he was swapped over for the writer Cy Spurrier. And the artist is Diego Olotegui. Olotegui, is that right? Tell you what, the art in this is really good. It's got, you can see on the cover, that's his style. Really nice kind of golden age style to it. A little bit of Stargirl and the Lost Children style. So very nice art. The story was good as well. It's the old, like one of the original versions of Flash. I don't know my Flash lore very well, so I'm kind of newish to the character, so forgive me for that. But it says Jay Garrick. Yeah, Jay and his long lost daughter race side by side in the present day, spinning out of the events of Stargirl, the Lost Children, and Justice Society of America. Jay Garrick is reunited with his long-lost daughter, Judy. Judy! After being pulled from the timeline, Judy returns to a world where she and her dad aren't the only ones that ride the lightning. But is there enough space for her in Jay and Joan's life? And can they keep up with their teenage daughter and make up for lost time? So this was very good, and it's all, I'm going to say only, it's $3.99, which is, I think, what all comics should be at the most, or $2.99, like some of the Spawn titles. It's cool. Let's have a look. Nathan A's here. Wow, I'm excited. Good to see you, man. How you doing? Is it your lunch break at the moment? The faces on Flash were giving me Squirrel Girl PTSD, so I'll probably pick it up in trades. Oh, really? Fear Monarch saying that. Oh, no, I never thought about that. Yeah, I can kind of see that. I just liked it for its golden age style. It was just bright. It was colourful. It's a fun issue. Yeah, you guys talking about where you are in the chart. That's cool. That's nice. Nice to see. What else? Where are we? So that was good. I do recommend that if you're up for it. Speaking of Flash, the new issue number 2 of the new run, the Cy Spurrier supposed cosmic horror run, is coming out tomorrow, on Tuesday. Let's see what else there was. So that was pretty cool. The Justice League versus Godzilla versus Kong. From what I've heard, I haven't read it, it's pretty much all gimmick. You only get a little dosage, a little hint of Kong at the end. Not Kong, sorry, Godzilla right at the end. And a very brief dinosaur and King Kong fight scene near the end as well. It's mainly all set up from what I've heard, but at least it looks good. The art is nice in that. Where are we? Wes from Thinking Critical, and also Jim and Eric, Weird Science Comics, they were talking about him. Okay, I didn't read this, but can you believe they've relaunched Sensational She-Hulk? A new issue 1 came out with the same creative team that got it cancelled by issue, was it 10 or 11? Or I think it made it to 12, maybe. Maybe I'm being unfair. What is going on with that? The writer is Rainbow Rowell, and yeah, if you like, you know, what's the word? YA kind of romance story, you might like it. Okay. Ooh, Hawk Girl issue 4 came out as well. But I'll leave that for other people to talk about. There it is. There's the spine-tingling Spider-Man, which, yeah, I wasn't that sold on it. Not enough to pull it. It was okay. There's a Twilight Zone or Outer Limits style Spidey story. I wouldn't really recommend it. I did get to read Green Lantern War Journal issue 2. And yeah, that's pretty decent. 3.5 out of 5 I give it. Again, this is Philip Kennedy Johnson. He's been writing what I think are really well at the moment, really good stories. So might be worth a look if you're interested in, where are we, John Stewart, the John Stewart version of Green Lantern. Yeah, Steel turns up in this as well. And you've got some of the lanterns from all over the place. From, is it Earth Zero? What does it say? The synopsis. Discover the shocking identity of the Revenant Queen as John Stewart travels to Metropolis to meet with Steelworks. The Radiant Dead have claimed their first victim on Earth Zero and are ravenously hunting for John. Stripped of his ring and unaware of the danger he's in, John is caught, completely unprepared to face this otherworldly horror and to unravel the shocking identity of the Revenant Queen. Oh my god. I thought I had my drink next to me. Just turned around, it's disappeared. What's going on there? So yeah, pretty good. I do like that cover, by the way. What do you think? Nice cover there. Okay, who's here? I've just seen a new face. Hey, Victor, great to see you. Thanks for jumping in, mate. I appreciate it. Nay, I'm Genki, thanks. I've got over a crazy... What's the word? I got knocked for 6 by hay fever. Autumn hay fever in Japan. It hits me. Some days, most days I'm okay, but God, the weekend I was knocked out with it. It was crazy. Speaking of unfortunate faces, ha ha ha, says Fear Monarch. Yeah, that's good to see you. I really appreciate you tuning in, listening in to me, like waffling on about what's coming out or what came out last week. Anything else I missed that I wanted to shout out before we move on to this week and what's coming out? Just let me have a quick scroll down. So we're up to Green Lantern, there we go. As I say, I already mentioned Big Game, issue 4. Big Game was of course, my pick of the week. Absolutely fantastic issue. Such a good story. So just like getting caught up in a story again, feeling enthusiastic about comics. The art by Pepe Larraz is outstanding. It really matches the story. He draws all the characters so well, from the Miller world. Let's say Millerverse then. The Miller world characters. You got Mark Miller. Feels like he's having the time of his life writing that story. Just a shame it's all coming to an end in the next issue 5, which is going to be a bumper issue. I heard from Eric O'Sullivan, Sully, the Sultan of Soup, that Local Man is very good. That was his one of his indie shout-outs, apart from Big Game. What else? Sandman, Nightmare Country, The Glass House. I did start that. We're up to issue 5 now. I did start it, issue 1, but it was all right. It was not that great, but I do keep hearing good things about it. That's James and his tiny onion the fourth is writing that. So there we go. And it's got a very, what's the word? It's very indie style, Vertigo style, arty art style, which some people will like. I don't know. Some people maybe not so much. Lisandro Esteren is the artist. There we go. Any reviews for that? Oh my goodness, only one. One review, and it's someone saying we're giving it 3 out of 5. What do they say? Okay, a very, very simple review. I'm curious about the ending and what happens when Madison, or if Madison stops the Corinthian from killing. In all honesty, I'm ready for this to be over. So there we go. Not the biggest fan, of that series. So, let's get on to this week. New releases. What are you looking forward to? What's coming out? What will we be picking up? Do let me know. Beneath the Trees, says Fear Monarch. Beneath the Trees. Was that from last week? That was, what was it? That was the animal or anthropomorphic animal character horror story, wasn't it? That was a weird one. I'm glad you enjoyed it. So yeah, a lot of these indies, they kind of go under my radar. I miss out on them. There's so much to read, isn't there? It's crazy. So, the big release, of course, next week, Amazing Spider-Man issue 36. That's the most pulled issue on this website. $4.99 now, twice a month, a bit ridiculous. Let's have a quick gander, a quick look at the cover. What do you think of this? Spider-Man has never gone this dark. Now the consequences are unravelled. Will New York ever look at him the same way again? I don't get this synopsis because as far as I know, he's the Spider Goblin, the Goblin powers, the sins of Norman Osborn, they were kind of sucked out of him last issue. And, we got a conclusion, so I'm not even sure why this cover has him with... well, it's not really his wings, is it? I guess it's a gargoyle behind him. It's meant to look like his wings. It's going to be a dark story, is it, for Halloween? Zeb Wells, of course, still writing that. We've got Ed McGuinness on art on this issue, so that might be interesting. Arthur Adams variant there. Ooh, looking good. Black Cat. Felicia. And there's a John Romita Jr. John Romita Jr. and John Romita Sr. Virgin variant there. Look at that. 1 in 100. Wow. Goblin and Spidey fighting each other. MJ in a spider suit. There we go. So yeah, we'll see how that goes. I'm sure it's going to be interesting at least. Detective Comics, if you're reading it, that's out. The new issue 1075. We've got Action Comics is out as well. 1058. Something is Killing the Children. Not reading it, but it's still going. It's high up in the pull list. It must be doing okay. Green Arrow 5. Wonder Woman 2 by Tom King. Are you tempted to get Wonder Woman 2? That's the question. Yes, Fear Monarch. I saw that. There are 2 Radiant Black issues. What is going on there? Is it to make like what do you call it? A gatefold style cover, a long big cover. I think you should pick up your flattening there. Yeah, is it rather messy at the moment? I can't imagine that. I'm sure you're a very tidy person. We have, as I was mentioning before, we've also got The Flash issue 2. That's actually $3.99 now. The first one was $4.99, so everyone was like, "Oh no, another new, DC series that's going to keep $4.99." But no, they're keeping that at $3. That's good, $3.99. Same as Green Arrow. Okay, let's scroll down to the next row. We got Spawn issue 346. Let me double check. Is that still Rory McConville on there? Yes, it is. He's writing. Carlo Barberi is the artist. And it says here, God, are we still going for the Hell Throne? The race for the throne of hell has begun. Really? I thought it began like 2 years ago. Forces and factions from all sides starting to close in. Spawn is starting to doubt who we can trust. Who can you trust? I'm giving out free money. But without his allies, there's no way he will survive. There we go. Let's have a quick check with you guys and girls in the chat. We have Fear Monarch saying definitely picking up next week's issue of Detective. Liam Sharp is doing a backup Azrael story. Okay, nice one, mate. Interesting. I will look out for that. On my pull list, I have, believe it or not, Uncanny Spider-Man issue 2 comes out. That's Cy Spurrier, and I enjoyed issue 1. That's why I'm going to give that a try. And then Angry Canadian was asking about it. Gunslinger Spawn issue 25. Which it's an Image comic, so they're not like making this a bumper, legacy anniversary issue. It's just 25. It's $2.99, regular size. But it's Todd McFarlane writing, of course, and Brett Booth on art. This could be, from what I've heard, the final issue of Brett Booth on art. But don't worry, apparently they're swapping. He's going to be either on Spawn or King Spawn. I think he's going to be moving on to Spawn, the main title. Yes. And I've also heard rumours of, someone's talking about it here, there's a new Gunslinger Spawn book is being launched where Gunslinger is sucked from modern times into the Civil War era. There we go. I've not looked into the story properly, but I heard rumours that Todd's launching like a big group, a load of new Spawn books, if you can believe what you read and hear. Is that true? Okay, thanks, Nene. You have a good afternoon, good rest of your day. Good to see Mick Cope in the chat. Great to see you, mate. Late for the party. Watch till the rest later. Who else? Fear Monarch. Also, allegedly, there's a new Ice Cream Man out next week. Yes, that'll be a sweet treat. You're right, there is. Should we have a look at it? Did I go past by mistake? No, not yet. So as I say, Gunslinger Spawn, I'll be checking that out. Radiant Black, if you're a fan, there's an issue 26 and a 26.5. I'm not sure what's going on there. Scroll down to the next row. And we can see Dark X-Men. No, thank you. Batman Brave and the Bold. Doom Patrol issue 7, which has not been good. Captain America issue 2. That might be worth a look. It's JMS. Is that right? J. Michael Straczynski is writing that. The first issue was pretty decent. Jean Grey issue 3. Let's go down again. Here we go. Here's Ice Cream Man. Let's have a look at it. Okay. I mean, it's got its fan base, hasn't it, Ice Cream Man? And I've enjoyed it in the past. It's good. It works. It can work as a Twilight Zone or, Outer Limits style story. Tales from the Crypt, that kind of thing. Here we go. Let's have a look. Issue 37, $3.99, written by W. Maxwell Prince, as usual, and art by Martin Morazzo. They're cute, they're cuddly, and they're caught up in a conflagration of candy cannons and cartoony combat. But who are the Figgly Bumps, and what happened to their creator? The hit horror-adjacent anthology is back and sadder than ever. Looking forward to it. Flight of the Figgly Bumps, and then in brackets, Death of a Cartoonist. What do you think of the cover there? That's pretty cool. I like it. And there's a couple of variants. Ooh, Roger Langridge variant. That's pretty cool. I like that. Yeah, and we have one more. A Murazo and O'Halloran, The Walking Dead 20th Anniversary variant cover. So there we go. Do like the main cover, that's pretty cool. This looks crazy, doesn't it? What do you think? This looks insane. Could be fun though. So that was the I knew there was something else to shout out, guys. I almost missed it. Conan the Barbarian issue 4 drops on Wednesday. From Titan Comics, $3.99, written by Jim Zub, art by the wonderful, the incredible Roberto De La Torre. 32 pages it says here. Years after the Battle of Venarium, a weary Conan returns to his homeland to seek rest and solitude. However, a mysterious... Oh, wait a minute. This is the synopsis for the first issue. They've not updated it. De La Torre cover, the main cover, what do you think? Really good, yeah. We do have a variant by Giada Marchisio. There's a Nick Percival variant here. Conan looking a little bit old there. And there's a retro Carrie Nord variant. That's pretty nice. How many do they have? One more. And then the black and white virgin variant of that Roberto De La Torre cover. Wow, that's gorgeous. Look at that in black and white. I know, Fear Monica, I was gonna get to it last. I thought I'm saving saving the controversy for last. Talking about the Alan Scott Green Lantern #1, yeah. So that looks pretty cool. Big shout out to Conan. Oops, sorry, I've gone small screen. There we go. Let's go back to new releases. It's weird whenever I do that with OBS, you get a flash of my Wakizashi Teahouse backdrop just for a second. Here we are. Where is it? Have I missed it? Here it is. Just make sure I've not missed any more that I'm going to pull. Oh, maybe Alpha Flight 3 as well. Shout out to that. I've been enjoying that. That's been good fun. For me, I'm new to the characters, so here we go. This is the one that's been getting all the headlines for the wrong reasons. Alan Scott, The Green Lantern, issue 1. Part of a mini-series. I think it's either 5 or 6 parts. Written by Tim Sheridan. Art by Kian Tormey. And to keep it short, Tim Sheridan had the great idea of dropping a video on Twitter, which he also cut off the comments. You can't comment on it anymore. He dropped a video which is basically his way of promoting the comic. And his way of promoting the comic was to call anybody who criticizes it, insert whatever word, phobe, and people who maybe, don't buy it, same thing. Oh, you're one of those people, are you? It was crazy, a crazy piece of mad, insane promotion. Why not just say, okay, I've got a new comic coming out, next week. I'd love it if you give it a shot. Please pick it up, try it, and let me know what you think. How hard is that? But no, he used it as an excuse to attack. I mean, it was a kind of an attack at CG Comicsgate, but I think it was more of an attack of the no doubt negative reviews, because from what I've heard, and I haven't read it, so I've got to say that I haven't read it. I've heard people who have read it that it's not very good. Simple as that, just as a story. Nothing to do with the sexuality of the character, nothing to do with that. Just it's not a very good comic story. But again, that's only what I've heard. So yeah, why would you do that to promote your comic? Just go out on the attack before it even comes out. Just the same thing keeps happening, doesn't it, these days with not so much comics, sometimes in comics, but it's been happening in, for example, Disney, Star Wars, in the Marvel, the MCU, movies. People just attacking possible fans, possible readers, possible customers before anything's even happened. Just crazy. What a crazy way to market something. So yeah. I mean, the Wes and the gang, the comics aficionados, they went into it in detail on last Saturday morning on the Thinking Critical channel. Do check out that live stream if you've not seen it. It's it's a good talk. It's a good conversation. not as controversial and as negative as you might think as well. Some very good points made. Okay, Angry, saying, is that the guy who's blocked you on Twitter? I didn't even know who he was before that. Why did he block you? Because, did you ask a question or something like that? He was the guy that had the easiest job ever, says Fear Monarch. Take a loved character from the Teen Titans show and put it in canon, and then he blew it. Okay. I don't really know that much about him. I know the name Tim Sheridan, but I don't recall reading much by him, so I can't really comment. I just think it's an insane thing to do. Mick Cope asking, have you checked out Damn Them All by Cy Spurrier, Boom Comics? It's not bad. Has a kind of female Hellblazer type protagonist. Okay, I think I've heard of that, Mick. Speaking of that, have you checked out his Coda, C-O-D-A, Coda, Volume 2 just started. I think issue 2, it was supposed to come out last week. I don't know if it did drop. I couldn't find it anywhere. So maybe it got put back a week. So if you like fun kind of John Carter of Mars with a sense of humour fantasy style, space fantasy, that might be worth a look. But no, I haven't read that. Damn Them All. Okay, I will check it out. Norrin Rad, good to see you, man. How you doing? Are you good? What are you looking forward to this week? Let me get out of this screen with the Alan Scott. So I won't be picking that up. Even if I was going to give it a try, which I probably wasn't because I just don't know the character, to be honest, to be fair. Tim Sheridan, the writer, put me off giving it any, giving any chance to it. Giving it a chance at all. Crazy promotion. Okay, let's just go down and see if I've missed anything else. So yeah, the ones for me, definitely Conan. Looking forward to Conan. Can't wait for that. Ice Cream Man 37 might be worth a look. Thanks for the reminder, Fear Monarch. Gunslinger Spawn 25. Yes, I'll be checking that out. Spidey issue 36, just for the fun of it. Why not? I've been reviewing almost every issue of Zeb Welch's run because I'm a masochist. I'm insane. Detective Comics. I heard that last issue was decent because Ram V's been telling a story for 35 years, it feels like, apparently. But I heard last issue was pretty good. Is it the start of a new story arc? So yeah, let's have a quick look at that before we finish. Oh, and Void Rivals, if you're reading that, issue 5 drops on Wednesday. Okay. Let's have a look. Quick click on that. You were saying there's a backup story with art by Liam Sharp, yeah? That sounds good to me. The main artist is Francesco Francavilla. Oh, look at that. There's a Kelly Jones variant. Have a look at the covers a minute before we go into the synopsis. Oh, Ram V, Dan Waters. So Dan Waters is doing the backup. Look at that, a Kelly Jones variant. Oh, mate. I love it when I see a Kelly Jones cover. But wow, you got to pay $5.99 for that. You got to pay an extra $1 for the cardstock variant. There's also a Bruno Redondo cardstock variant. Sebastian Fiamara. Ooh, Fiamara, great. I like that. Bit of a horror theme to it. And then the black and white version of the main cover. Okay. Let's have a quick look at the synopsis before we wrap things up. Demon versus inner demons in a fight for Bruce Wayne's soul. As Batman races through the streets of Gotham and out of the Orgham's grasp, Bruce races through the memories in his mind as the asthma demon tries to take hold of him. Except the only thing in the demon's way is Bruce's own inner demons. Wow, I'm getting lost in demons here. And Barbados. Then, in the backups, can Bruce's memory of Alfred consoling him as a boy be preserved from the asthma if he takes Barbados' offer? Wow, that was a pretty complex synopsis there. I'm kind of lost in that. But yeah. So that's coming out. You're going to give that a try, are you? Fear Monarch? Okay, I might have a look. Because I've dropped the main Batman title, as I've mentioned before. I just no interest in the Gotham War, Gang War, whatever Gotham War. Is it Gang War in Spider-Man and Gotham War in Batman? Everyone's at war. What's going on? So yes, there we go. Okay. I think that's everything. Let me get back to the studio, to the OBS. Oops, got the wrong one. Let's make grey big in the centre. Here we go. This is what you all want to see, right? I'm back. Here we are. There we go. So, coming up to an end now. Let's just catch up with you guys in the chat before we finish. Coda is so good, says Norinrad. So that's another shout out for Coda, yeah? Nice one. Ooh, Ramvi on Rare Flavors too. That's another indie. I think it might be... Is that from Boom? Could be Boom. Great art. Okay, not this week's. Next week's Detective on Halloween. Okay, gotcha. Fear Monarch. Are they doing a Halloween special? Detective. That sounds cool. Very good. Okay. So yeah, I will wrap things up. You can tell like I'm completely bunged up. I've got Hanagoe. It's like Hanagoe is nose. It translates literally as nose voice in Japanese. Hanagoe is like when you're just blocked up and anyway. I sound like I'm talking through, I don't know, from under a swimming pool. But I knew there's one more thing. I always forget this. I wanted to shout out something physical copy. I dug this out of the cupboards to have a look because I was so disappointed with what's happened with Batman. It's just gone right off. So Batman Night's End, the graphic novel, the collection. Man, I tell you, within like 3 or 4 pages, the first story in this. Listen to the writers on this. It's unbelievable. You've got written by Chuck Dixon, Alan Grant, Doug Monk, Dennis O'Neil, and Joe Duffy. It's mainly Chuck Dixon. This is back in the day when he was writing like, was it 3 or even 4 titles? He was writing the main Batman or Detective, maybe. I'm not sure which one. He was writing Robin. He was writing Azrael and probably something else. And when I was scanning through this issue, it's so good. It's so nice. It's it's aged, dated now, but the story, it pulled me in right from the start. Let me show you some of the art. It opens with Night's End Part 1, Spirit of the Bat. Doug Monk on story, Mike Manley on pencils, Dick Giordano on inks. Now, it's pretty basic. Let me get a better page. Just action. Look at this. I love this art. It's such a simpler day, but there's so much going on. There's good detail in the backgrounds. The characters are well drawn, and the writing is excellent. Lady Shiva here, the battle scene. This is just one example. It's just the opening Night's End story. That's quite a long one. Then just let me go on a little bit. Scroll ahead. Wow, look at this. There's some Azrael, crazy Azrael action here. You see that? I hope it focuses. I know it's not the best quality when I do it like this, but just give you an idea. Different art style. Let's go a little bit further. Some of these stories, man, it's made me want to go and get Nightfall and just start reading again from the beginning. Too Many Ninjas. You can never have too many ninjas. Written by Chuck Dixon, art by Graham Nolan, the penciler, and Scott Hanna on inks. Graham Nolan, look at this. Graham Nolan, great stuff. Good. It's just good. It's just so good. It's like a breath of fresh air, even though it's, you have to go back. When was it published, this? 1995. Copyright 1994. It collects Batman issue 509, 510, Shadow of the Bat 29 and 30, Detective Comics 676. That gives you an idea. 676, 677. Now we're on, what are we on, like 1050 almost? And also Batman Legends of the Dark Knight 62, 63, Robin issues 8 and 9, and Catwoman issue 12. But don't buy this first if you've not read the Nightfall trilogy. This is Night's End, of course, so it's a conclusion. Do check out Nightfall if you've not read it. So good. Hey, how are you doing? I think the Cimmerian, Cimmerian, I always get that wrong. I always want to say a hard C. Cimmerian's in the chat. Great to see you, man. Good. I'm trying to show you a message, but it says, okay, someone else handled it. Dixon is a machine. He was a machine back in the day. He was pretty much, writing some of the best titles at DC. A Super Bowl championship of team of riders right there, says Fear Monarch. Exactly, mate. And Cimmerian, Mark Miller is right. We need pros to come back. We do. Boost the medium now. Like, condense the number of releases, you know, make a lot fewer comics coming out. Just like, you know, go for even like 12 or something ridiculous. Drop it to 20, even 12. Get 12 quality books out with great, you know, great artists, great writers. Drop the price. Stop bringing them out twice a month. Make it monthly. Put comics back in, if they can, you know, in convenience stores. Get the comics out there. Get them seen. But just have good stories and good writers. That's what you need. Yeah, definitely. Okay, it's been awesome, guys. It's 45 minutes, so I usually keep these kind of short, just 40, 45 minutes. Looking forward to the new week of comics. Thank you so much for watching. I really appreciate it and all your comments. That's brilliant. I hope to see you in a future video. Hoping to do some reviews this week. I'm not sure yet what I'll be doing. Probably be doing Spider-Man, because I say I've been doing them all. And I might be hoping to do, what do you call it? A live stream if I've got time next week on Saturday, which will be Friday night. It's going to be late though. Planning to review Kolchak, the Night Stalker, the original TV movie from the 70s. One of the main inspirations for the X-Files. So yeah, that's about it. That's it from me. And hope to see you in a future video. This is Gray, Wakizashi Teahouse, signing off for the night here. It's 8:46 p.m. Matane.